The Adrian College Media Production House provides opportunities for students to learn and grow live on the airwaves, just like Matt Kibbe.
I've gotten a chance to create a relationship with coaches and teams and learn more from people instead of trying to teach myself something. Gotten an opportunity to expand my knowledge of sports, hone in on my skills as a broadcaster, learn about equipment in different ways. You get more of a connection with professors as well.
Providing opportunities, growing leadership. The Adrian College Media Production House. Thanks for tuning in. Adrian College is looking for leaders, student athletes with the tenacity to keep the Bulldogs at the top, the forefront, in and out of the classroom. The Bulldogs are looking for talent, character, hard work, grit, leaders who can electrify sold-out crowds, gut out a last-line shift, will their team to victory, hit a grand slam in the bottom of the ninth, and be a part of a legend in the making. Think you have what it takes to become a Bulldog? Visit adrian.edu to learn more.
Bulldog fans, connect with Adrian College TV on social media to be updated when we're broadcasting live, to see highlights, plays of the week, and much more. Adrian College Television is on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. ACTV's handle is at Adrian College TV on every form of social media. Thank you for tuning in and subscribing to the home of the Bulldogs, Adrian College TV.
Adrian College is a pinpoint like no other. With our 77 undergraduate degrees, 47 majors, and 21 broad fields of study, Adrian has a one-of-a-kind, hands-on learning experience for everyone. Do you want to visit the campus of Adrian College in person? Visit adrian.edu/campus-visit. Again, that's adrian.edu/campus-visit. Come take in the beautiful facilities at Adrian College for yourself.
If there was one word I was going to use to describe the communication arts program at Adrian College, it would be unique. Students find themselves on the radio, in front of and behind the camera, and directing their own programs. Students learn in a personalized environment that sets them up for a world of opportunities. Are you ready for your moment in the limelight? Learn more about the Rush Communications Center and Adrian College's communications program by visiting adrian.edu today.
I'm Matt Kibbe, the current student body president here at Adrian College. I chose AC because the campus simply feels like home. Everywhere I go, I know the amenities are there to help me succeed and get to the next level in my career. If you want to see what Adrian College has to offer, you can schedule an in-person visit at adrian.edu/campus-visit.
Adrian College has dozens of athletics programs, and winning is a staple on our campus. We have the culture of winning in and out of the classroom. This is a place where young men and women grow into professionals for life. Are you interested in learning more about the Bulldog experience? Visit adrianbulldogs.com and the Recruit Me tab to be recruited to play your sport of choice today. If you have what it takes, you could be a Bulldog in no time.
Adrian College Television would like to give a big thank you to our sponsor, Carlton Lodge of Adrian. Carlton Lodge is sponsoring all ACTV broadcasts during the 2021 to 2022 school year. Located at 1629 West Maumee in Adrian, Carlton Lodge offers comfortable rooms and suites at affordable rates. There's also a heated indoor and outdoor pool, along with a 24-hour fitness center. Thank you for the continued support toward Adrian College Television.
Adrian College is looking for leaders, student athletes with the tenacity to keep the Bulldogs at the top, the forefront, in and out of the classroom. The Bulldogs are looking for talent, character, hard work, grit, Leaders who can electrify sold-out crowds, got out a last-line shift, will their team to victory, hit a grand slam in the bottom of the ninth, and be a part of a legend in the making. Think you have what it takes to become a Bulldog? Visit adrian.edu to learn more.
Adrian College has once again been recognized for its commitment to engaged, experiential education by Colleges of Distinction, a one-of-a-kind guide for college-bound students. While higher education has changed over the past 20 years, Colleges of Distinction's selection process has stayed consistent and accepting only those that adhere to the 4 distinctions: engaged students, great teaching, vibrant community, and successful outcomes. Overlaid in the last few years have been a look into high-impact practices. They believe most critical to the student experience were the kinds of engaging experience that are found at Adrian College. To learn more, please visit adrian.edu.
On Tuesday, April 6, 2021, I was sitting in my office and an email popped into my inbox from someone in your graduating class today. The email said, "Dear President Dockey, back in August I had emailed you in regards to the state of the well-being of the campus community during the COVID spike. At that time, I was incredibly anxious about the prospect of spending my senior year of college sitting at my kitchen table in my hometown trying to finish my seminar projects in the event we switched to all online learning. As I type this email now in April, I cannot describe to you the gratitude that my fellow students and I have for Adrian remaining open on campus for the duration of the school year. I wanted to take the time to thank the Adrian College community, the faculty, the staff, for allowing us to have as normal of a year as possible in a world that simply did not want that to happen. I look forward to walking across the stage in May knowing that I was still able to enjoy time with my friends and the Bulldog community during my senior year. All the best, Max Birmingham, class of 2021. Max, you've got to stand up so we can give you a round of applause.
It's Friday night, and you know what that means. It's Women's NCAA Hockey Night live here from Arrington Ice Arena, brought to you on ACTV. Hello, everyone. My name is Alex Herman, joined alongside, as always, by Calvin Keys to bring you the coverage of tonight's matchup. Of course, as always, the visiting team for tonight, the Trine University Thunder, an 0-4 start for them to begin the season, and your Adrian College Bulldogs, coming off a 6-0 start and a recent sweep against Marian University, including a game that went 3-2 in overtime. Kevin, what do you see for tonight's game?
I see a Bulldog team that is undefeated. They have a 6-0 record, and for Trine, they are 0-4. So really, it'll be interesting because you have a team that's confident and they're riding high, and another team that's really just very hungry, looking for their first win of the season. So we'll see how things go as they collide here tonight.
We are all set. Puck is dropped. We hope you're comfortable from wherever you may be watching from, especially if you're at the watch party at College Ave tonight. Things start off a quick shot in front and an early stop just 12 seconds in net tonight for the Trine University Thunder.
Casey Frank, she is a freshman, so has looked good so far, splitting time with Marie Dettert, and another chance here for her to get some game action. She's looked solid early on in the campaign.
2 games played so far, a .244 goals against average and a .922 save percentage. Although not able to pick up a win thus far, certainly playing strong for her Thunder team.
Yeah, although she is 0-2, she has really good stats in those losses, so plenty to hang her hat on here early on in the season.
This play finds its way off the stick of Anderson. Cycled down low as Thompson picks up the neutral ice. Being pushed off by Anderson once again. Tied up in front of the scorer's box. Finally squirts free. This is up for Lowry. Right-handed shot on the right wing. Looking for a lane. Almost dropped it back, but decided to hold on. Right side corner, it's turned over. Picked up by Thompson. Change of possession once again as the Bulldogs come away with it. Down low. Here's a shot in front and a nice blocker save. Casey Frank. 2 quick ones. Dumped in. Anderson on the retrieval. Move that up the right wing. Bulldogs have some speed. Hunanish wraps it around the left corner. Tied up puck scrum is one free. Bouncing up on the far side face-off circle. Pass coming across. Intended for Biker. Bulldogs will come away with it, looking to restart their rush. It's headed up for Wolschlager. Pushed it in once more. Defensive line change for Adrian. Other way, here's Rassinen. Had that puck taken away. Wolschlager on the steal. Bellin puts it down low. Got the overtime winner for the Bulldogs in the last game. Put them 3-2 over Marian University as Avalon tried to take a shot, but it was blocked by a knee pad. Cycling down low. Now up top to the blue line. D-to-D pass. Bellin give and go. Here's a fired shot. Once more blocked. In some pain there. Sarah Martino will go to the bench. Picking up is Hicks. All alone. It's taken away. Here's a shot attempt off the goalie mask. Frank made the stop. Didn't know where the rebound went. Certainly rattled her cage as another shot was kept out.
Have to be careful if you're the defenseman Michelle Biker there. Spun it right into the slot into Bulldog hands. As a defenseman, you can't be sending it through that area of your own zone unless you are absolutely certain that the lane is open. And that time just handed it right off to, I believe that was Bellin that had the chance in tight.
Be interesting to see how the numbers play into tonight's contest. Obviously, a full stacked bench for the Bulldogs. Trying not with the same numbers. Obviously, have to keep track of your wind, making sure you're staying on top of things.
Yeah, maybe a little difficult for Trine because, I mean, you talk about the numbers for Adrian. Not only do they have numbers, but I think they have 3 really solid lines that they will just roll and continue to wear you down as the night goes on. So have to make sure that you're responsible, get pucks out of your own end, can't get trapped and hemmed in your own end.
Sorrell handcuffed it and finally poked it free. Riley sent it over quickly. Here's a long shot from out front off the back of the boards. Turning and spinning once more a chance. That wouldn't go.
Watch how dynamic Trubin is in the offensive zone, able to move in from her defensive post down low, grab it up high, distribute. She can really do it all.
Riley wired one. Hit off of the skate in front. Stopping it there was Hicks.
Should be a high stick against Trine, so faceoff will be back in their own zone as soon as they touch this one, which they do.
McKenna Thompson didn't realize that the delayed high stick was the call. As you said, Calvin, take the faceoff on the right faceoff circle. Offensive zone for the Bulldogs, just about 4 minutes and 10 seconds in.
It's an interesting play by Grace Hicks there, because I thought she could have easily just put her glove up and brought it down, and then you're not forced into the draw in your own zone.
There's a quick shot on the wraparound, kept out by the pad. Roy moves left and then tried to fire one. All alone in front. Tia LaSalle was looking for the tip in. Turned over. Hicks has it. Fires it on the way to Bowler, who stops it easily. Bowler making her first appearances. Here's a blocker shot saved by Anderson. Left corner, Petrowski. Up top, Roy has it. Fires the slap shot off the glove and goes over. Tied up in the corner. Possession being fought for. Down low in front of the net. A stick stop. Moved away under the goal line. Bulldogs will pick up. Anderson in the slot. Now to Roy. Once more up top. Give and go. Roy back with the puck. Sent a wrist shot on net. Hit off of the knee of Madison Torr. Roy, another hard slap shot. Hit off a body in front once more. That was Anderson.
It's going to be a tripping penalty against Trine as Carmen Anderson gets brought down by, I believe that was Taryn Risenen who tripped her up. Or in fact, looks as if it will actually be Madison Torr going to the box for tripping. That's what happens when you're unable to clear the puck out of your own zone. Tired legs usually end up reaching after the puck a little bit more. And then there from Torr just caught the skate of Anderson. She goes down. Good call by the official. And the first power play for Adrian now.
A 20.8% power play conversion rate for the Bulldogs as they'll look to try and make something happen here. Down low starts the cycle, trying to fire one on. Lost in the sea of skates. Trubin to Anderson as she walks line. Puts one on in front. Another follow-up chance in the chest, and it's held.
Now, one thing that is interesting to note going into this game is Adrian's head coach, Sean Skilly, really shuffled lines a bit. You see Carmen Anderson playing with Reagan Petrowski on the top line. We still see a couple of pairings like Una Belland and Jessica Von Ruden who like to play together, but it's more that third player on the line. We see Callie Wolschlager with them tonight, so I'll be interested to see how they play.
Shot from up top on the blue line. Almost squeaked through. Trubin setting up. Horizontally over. Here's a shot. Loose in the slot. Picked up. It's cleared by the Thunder. Sent the length of the ice. Bowler will have to stop it on the backhand. Leaves it for Trubin with 1:08 on the 5-on-4. Way up ice and in the skates of Wolschlager. Escaped her grasp. Bulldogs will have to find their way to it once more. Rimmed around the left half wall. Picked up down low. Here's Belland. Wrapping around. In the slot. All alone. A rebound chance on the backhand. On the doorstep. Bulldogs are knocking. Wolschlager with a chance of her own. Goes over the glove side.
Looked like that puck may have gone out of play. It was really close. May have gone off the very top of the pane of glass.
Once more. Here's Wolschlager. D-to-D pass. Roy puts it to the hash mark. Back to Wolschlager. On the face-off dot. Walks in. Makes a nice move. Gets tied up and pushed down to the ice. No call. Doing a good job there. Leah Connor. Here's a slap shot from Roy. Puck is loose, but the whistle is blown. Frank made the save. Went to go and cover up. It looked like she had possession of it, but squirted free at the last second with 7 seconds left on the Torr penalty. Dofi ties it up and wins it. Shot from up top, waffle boarded towards the right side. Back to 5-on-5, 2-on-1 if they can hurry. Now a 1-on-1. Here's a shot wide to the glove side. A follow-up chance. All alone in the slot. Pops over the goal. Bowler didn't know where it was. Thompson gets it. Puts it on net. Going down on one knee was Dofied to block the shot. Bulldogs. Change of possession. Up top for Avalon. She couldn't keep it in. Way up ice. Out towards the blue line. Move down low. Coming out to stop, it's going to be Frank. Racing in. Trying to walk all alone by herself. Finally taken off the puck. Biker will get it. Connects with Milelko. LaSalle. Wide to Petrowski. She looks for a lane. Finds it on top of the crease. Finally, Frank with the goalie glove will stop play with 11:10 left to go in the first period.
Like what we've seen from Reagan Petrowski early on in this game, Coach Skelly said that he really thinks if she puts her mind to it and continues to build on what she's been doing early on in the season, she could be one of the best offensive players in the country. And getting more ice time on that top line, it'll be fun to see her get a better shot here in this game. And looked very productive so far. Working hard and showing off her skill.
Petrowski coming into the game with 2 goals and 4 assists for a total of 6 points through 6 games played. Game number 7 for the Bulldogs. We'll see how the story unfolds for her tonight.
Yep, Petrowski tied for 3rd on the team in points with Carmen Anderson.
On the blue line, making a nice move there was Trubin. Puts it over, all alone, on the backhand, somehow kicking it out was Frank.
Almost looked like Wolschlager played that between her legs with the backhand. Tough to tell from the angle, but creative play in tight.
Up top, they tried to put it in between the hash marks. Back to Wolschlager. Received the pass off the stick, but it bounced off. Nice forecheck from her. Ballin looks towards the net. On the forehand. Loose puck. Did it cross? Scramble for it.
Una Bellin thinks that puck went in, making a strong petition.
Hard to tell from up here. Casey Frank was on top of it from our point of view. Officials with the seeing eye believe that it stayed out the whole way through.
Now, that chance doesn't happen without the second effort from Kaylee Cataret, because you look at, we'll take a look at the chance again here, really just banging away at it. Frank kind of lost her position, had to dive to look to make the save, and defenseman helping her out as well.
Roy took one on, kicked out by Frank, and then stopped the second rebound. Once more, Roy give and go. Down low on the left side. Anderson with a far shot. That wouldn't go. Under the goal line. Sticks fighting for it. Bulldogs. Huninish sent one on. Lowry on the retrieval. Tied up just for a second, but it's taken away from her. Sent back down towards the end of Bowler. The arm is up, so we'll get signaled for an icing. The Thunder will not be able to change their line here. So we'll take the face-off in the offensive zone on the right side for Adrian.
It's been a dominant start for Adrian. This is a team that, and Trine, that they played really well against over the years. 17-0 all-time record against the Thunder. They beat them 3 times last season, including at the Toledo Winterfest at the Mud Hen Stadium. That was a fun outdoor game for the Bulldogs.
Speaking of 17 shots on net for the Bulldogs. And there's an 18th from Van Ruden. Casey Frank playing strong so far. Interesting to note, seeing a similar start here for the Bulldogs that we did when they played Marion. Heavily outshot their opponent. Struggled to find the back of the net, which is an uncharacteristic play style for the Bulldogs, as some of their games have been high scoring. Looking to rewrite the script in tonight's game, though. Roy Fanned on the shot, but it was taken away by Hicks. Stepping in was Anderson. Kicking it to herself. Una Bellin now on the right side. Fakes it over to the backhand, looking for the rebound was Dofide. Trine will dump it in. Off the ice there. On the attempt was Canty. Sorrell picks up. Way outside, puts it up for Avalon. In the slot. Here's a shot kicked out. Frank with that left kick save. Underneath is Sorrell. She's taken down. Shot from the point. Missed the target. Bounced off the yellow kick plate. Travels up top. Now it's tied up. Dofide will come off to get a line. Trine able to come away with it. But it's turned over. Here's her chance in front. A nice save by Frank. She keeps it out. Bulldogs firing on all cylinders. Taking a lot of their shots, too, from prime scoring areas as that one rings the iron. Once again, here's another shot. Way downtown, rebound collected.
That was a really good chance for Lindsay Sorrell. Like what we saw there, is a tough shot, though, because it was in tight to her body, so she kind of had to choke up on her stick to get the shot off. You lose a little bit of accuracy and power when you do that.
LaSalle to Hansen. Back down low for Petrowski. Avalon wires one. Wide to the glove side. Rims around. Bulldogs have been in the offensive zone for quite some time as here's another shot. Loose puck in front. Whistle's blown again. Petrowski put it in. An early whistle.
Yeah, I
the
think
Thunder will come away with one.
Yeah, sorry, Alex. I was going to say I thought that Casey Frank had it covered, and then Tia LaSalle pretty much dug it loose. So that's why Petrowski had the open shot on goal. Right call by the official, as it definitely looked like Frank had the puck frozen.
Up top. Travels down low. LaSalle tied up, but she's able to push it free. Tor gets handcuffed on the boards by Petrowski. Finally, Trine looking to make something happen. LaSalle with a chance of her own, spins in the right corner. Moves it in front. Trubin's by herself. She takes one on. That's stopped and kept out.
I'd like to see Adrian maybe look to shoot low a little bit more, try to find the second chance opportunities, because Casey Frank has seen the puck well and looks like she's making the first save every time. If they can shoot low, there should be some rebounds sitting around the blue paint that they could possibly tap home.
Bowler stops it on the forehand. We'll leave it for Trubin. Connects up ice for a second with Lowry. Hudanish will step in to take it away. Play whistled down for the offsides. So I was just about to say that they were going to be onside.
Yeah, that was a close call for sure. It looked like Zoe Lowry might have been straddling the blue, had that back foot behind the blue line. Lowry's been fun to watch as she continues to gain her confidence. Transferred to Adrian for the start of this season from RIT at the Division I level, so really has some experience, a highly touted player coming out of her travel career, so it'll be fun to watch her as she continues to get more ice time in a Bulldog sweater.
That puck was punched out of the air into the Thunder bench. We'll get a whistle with 5:33 left to go here in the first period at Arrington Ice Arena. Calvin Keys and Alex Herman, as always, on the call for this evening.
You mentioned it earlier, Alex, comparing this game to the Marion game just with the sheer volume of shots they've had, but I'll tell you one thing, those shots don't mean anything if you don't put it in the back of the net, and I know that this Bulldog team certainly doesn't want to repeat that close performance down the stretch with Marion. They want to bury here early on.
There's a 3-on-2. Loose puck all alone, they score! Bulldogs find the back of the net on a 3-on-2. The shot was initially taken will catch it here on the replay.
And this is interesting because you see the defenseman, Maya Roy, got in on the rush, and she was the one that got the tap in. Talked about shooting low. It was right there on the doorstep for Roy, and props to her for getting up in the play and getting a goal. Sometimes tough to get in the scoring column as a defenseman, so it always feels good to get one in the back of the net.
Always good when you contribute. Looked like Casey Frank read the play perfectly fine on the initial shot attempt, got a piece of it, but it squirted through her arm, and obviously Bulldogs able to capitalize as they take a 1-0 lead.
It's tough because ideally with that rebound control, you want to knock it far to the corners, but just kind of trickled through a bit, and props to Roy. She does that a lot where she hops up in the play and finds rebounds.
Here's Von Ruden. Puts it low to the glove side off the backboard. Bellin gets it back once more. Avalon sort of whiffed on the pass. Bellin will pick up on the face-off circle. Being pushed hard up top of the blue line. Nice pass. All alone, what a shot! And it was kept out. Arm up on the play. We're going to get a whistle. Bulldogs will go back to the power play for the second time tonight. Looks like it's going to be an interference call.
It's McKenna Thompson going to the box. Like you said, interference, the signal. Didn't see the call, but yeah, Adrian going back to the power play. Taking penalties, not something you want to do as Trine, as it's almost looked like a power play already with the way Adrian's been possessing it in the O-zone. How about that chance from Jessica Von Ruden on her knees? That would have been a crazy goal. Puck was on edge, so it made it easier to elevate and almost got it over the blocker hand of Franks.
Roy up top puts it for Bellin as she starts the rush. Couldn't hit the mark. Wolschlager circles up top. Now down low. Here's a tip in front. Might have gotten a piece of it, was Frank. Didn't know where the puck was, but finally she regained sight of it. Fan on the pass there. Bellin trying to wire one on net. Bouncing in the skates. Tia Lascelles. Roy now to Wolschlager. Stops and pulls up. Spins off as she's shoved down into the boards. Petrowski to Roy with a slap shot to the blocker side. A second chance. Rattled around the boards. Roy, seen a lot of ice so far in the first 17 minutes of play. Down low, over for Roy. Has a lane, a nice save there coming across the crease by Frank. Wolschlager, once more, bouncing puck, pinballs around, and it's finally cleared. And I think there's going to be some matching penalties called.
Looks as if it is Tia Lascelles going to the box along with Leah Connor. But I'll be interested to see. I imagine with offsetting penalties, we're just going to stay with the 5-on-4 power play for Adrian. And judging from the personnel on the ice, that's how it will stay.
49 seconds still in the original penalty called so that the Bulldogs could have a 5-on-4. So they still have some time on the odd man opportunity. Hudenish. Push down low. Trubin moved it over. Now to Anderson in the butterfly making the stop. Frank read it all the way through. Hudenish took a pass right off of the fishbowl. But she's okay. Sent a nice one over, but falling down at the last second was Cataract.
I want to say that pass took a ramp off of Risenen and then hit Hudanish right in the fishbowl. Even if you do have that equipment on your face, protection, it still does rattle you a good bit when the puck's coming in hot like it did there.
Luckily, she didn't see a full speed shot like many of us goalie do. I can speak from experience. Never a fun feeling when you get it right in between the eyes.
Obviously, it hasn't happened to me as frequently as a defenseman as it has for you as a goalie, but I think I blocked a couple shots where I've got caught right up in the cage, and definitely you see stars for a few moments after that.
Ears ringing a little bit too.
Credit to the Trine penalty kill. They were able to kill that entire penalty and did a good job of protecting the middle of the ice. Clearing away rebounds as well. That's the key.
Back to even strength. Staying at 5-on-5.
That's
arm up again.
Penalty. Cross check right in the numbers on Sydney Crockett. Ooh, talk about seeing stars. She went headfirst into the boards after taking two hands in the back. And now it's going to be Gabrielle Hicks going to the box.
We had just talked about getting back to even strength, and once more, we're back to 5-on-4 for the Bulldogs with 2:13 in the first regulation period.
And not having Gabrielle Hicks on the ice for this penalty kill is a big loss because she's the captain. She's a really talented two-way defenseman, so it'll be tougher without her on the ice for the kill.
Trubin had her pass intercepted, so it was cleared.
2 Hicks on this team. I believe they're sisters out of Ogden, Utah, Grace and Gabrielle. And we were talking pregame. You said that you have some playing experience over in Ogden, Alex.
Yeah, Ogden Mustangs used to be in the WSHL, Junior Hockey League on the West Coast, now moving over to the USPHL in their expanded Western Division. Fun place to play. Pack the barn quite a lot. Play out of the former USA training facility. As this is over, fanned on it, hit the outside of the net. Anderson tried to bank it home.
Another good clearance from Trine to try to kill some clock here down a skater.
Trubin headed it up for Wolschlager. Now to Von Ruden. She pulls up all alone. Hudenish diagonally up, but it's sifted through some skates. Roy walks in. A nice move on the backhand. Knifed away, but it's loose and put behind the goal line. Bellin stops it before it could exit. She trots in. Circling around, looking for the right time to pass, and finally she does.
Final minute of play here in the first period.
Moved over. Bellin with one. Loose in front. Somehow kicked out. Didn't cross the line. Looked like it was heading towards the back of the net and miraculously stayed out.
What a save by Frank, going full stretch to deny Wolschlager.
Bellin
Incredible.
walks the blue. Now around the dots. Let it go and then got it back. Petrowski back to Bellin. Fired and put it too high. A clearance with 5 seconds left. Icing will be waved off.
I think they just got that icing off right before the penalty expired, so that's why we didn't see a whistle. Regardless, end of the first period. Again, Bulldogs playing really, really well, outshooting Trine 33-2. And it looks like some of the Thunder players are rightfully giving their goaltender some pats on the back, much deserved after the way she played in that first period. Moments ago, I thought Wolschlager was going to score, certainly. But for Adrian, obviously, the job's not finished. A one-goal lead is not going to hold up down the stretch of a hockey game as we saw against Marion last week. So continue to get shots on net, continue to crash the net to try and find rebounds. They've looked good structurally in that first.
Alex Herman and Calvin Keys live on ACTV coming to you from Arrington Ice Arena. We'll return with more NCAA hockey for the second period after the break.
As you anxiously await all of the amazing experiences that will define your college years, you stand today, students, on the threshold of one of the most magical times in your life.
Adrian College is looking for leaders, student athletes with the tenacity to keep the Bulldogs at the top, the forefront, in and out of the classroom. The Bulldogs are looking for talent, character, hard work, grit, leaders who can electrify sold-out crowds, got out a last-line shift, will their team to victory, hit a grand slam in the bottom of the ninth, and be a part of a legend in the making. Think you have what it takes to become a Bulldog? Visit adrian.edu to learn more.
Adrian College is a pinpoint like no other. With our 77 undergraduate degrees, 47 majors, and 21 broad fields of study, Adrian has a one-of-a-kind, hands-on learning experience for everyone. Do you want to visit the campus of Adrian College in person? Visit adrian.edu/campus-visit. Again, that's adrian.edu/campus-visit. Come take in the beautiful facilities at Adrian College for yourself.
April 6, 2021, I was sitting in my office and an email popped into my inbox from someone in your graduating class today. The email said, "Dear President Docking, back in August, I had emailed you in regards to the state of the well-being of the campus community during the COVID spike. At that time, I was incredibly anxious about the prospect of spending my senior year of college sitting at my kitchen table in my hometown trying to finish my seminar projects in the event we switched to all online learning. As I type this email now in April, I cannot describe to you the gratitude that my fellow students and I have for Adrian remaining open on campus for the duration of the school year. I wanted to take the time to thank the Adrian College community, the faculty, the staff, for allowing us to have as normal of a year as possible in a world that simply did not want that to happen. I look forward to walking across the stage in May knowing that I was still able to enjoy time with my friends and the Bulldog community during my senior year. All the best, Max Birmingham, class of 2021. Max, you've got to stand up so we can give you a round of applause. For those of us on this stage, today is one of the most exciting days of the year. We love to see the wonder and anticipation in the eyes of our new students, as all of you anxiously await all of the amazing experiences that will define the years ahead.
to Arrington Ice Arena live on ACTV. It's Women's NCAA Hockey Night. Alex Herman and Calvin Keys returning to continue the coverage for tonight's back live on ACTV. A little bit of a mix-up there, but nonetheless, getting ready to drop the puck for the second period. Saw 1 goal and 33 shots for the Bulldogs. Maya Roy got the scoring started, assisted by Jocelyn Houdinish and Jessica Anderson. Trine only seeing the front of the net twice, and now finally a third time, as it'll be covered up and held by Gwen Bowler. Calvin, what are you seeing for the next 20 minutes of play?
Next 20 minutes of play? Well, Adrian had almost a picture-perfect first period, albeit I'm sure they're going to want to put more pucks in the net by the end of this second. Looked like Trubin was brought down there. Interesting we didn't see a call, but I'd like to see more of the same. Just try to bury a little bit more. Easy to say, hard to do.
Quick shot on. Trubin picks up on the right circle. Moves it down low. Cycled back up top. Trubin receiving the pass. Nice move from her. Looks towards the net. Blocked in front before it could reach. What a move by Trubin there. Dancing on the blue line. Loose in the slot. Picked up by the Thunder. Forced off possession. Then it was in the skates. As Warhoftig will send it in down low. Chip to the left corner. Getting there first is Trubin.
I was excited for this game to get a look at Gwen Bowler, the sophomore goaltender for Adrian. We've mostly seen Sophie Goldberg so far, but really haven't got much of an opportunity to check out her skills. She hasn't been super busy, only 3 shots so far in this game.
Obviously, last game, the start belonged to Annie Gilbert. Her first collegiate start was able to come away with the win. We'll see how Gwen Bowler can fare on her own. Lyko stripped away for Wolfschlager now. Up at the center ice red line, try to dump it in, but it didn't go. Swatting at it there. On the blue line was Belland. Anderson fires too high, and it's off the top part of the netting, so we'll stop with 18-10 in the second period. Faceoff will be taken in the neutral zone. Von Ruden wins the faceoff. Opposed by Melicant. Dumped in down low. With some speed racing to it off the blue line was Roy. Finally, will find her way back to the blue line. Pushed hard in the near side corner. Poked free as Anderson will make the backhand. Wolfschlager lost her stick and it was thrown the other way. So she had to wait just a moment to go and pick it up. Here's Von Ruden to Roy. Pushed back for Von Ruden. She's tripped up. Arm on the play. Thunder will touch up and the Bulldogs will go back to the power play.
I think this is going to be Gabrielle Hicks' second penalty of the game, and it'll be tripping. Captain goes back to the box. Got to try and slow down Jessica Von Ruden somehow, right? She was coming into the offensive zone with a lot of speed, and I like the look of that line with Von Ruden, Belland, and Wolfschlager. Usually we see Wolfschlager playing with Houdinish and Caderet, but shuffling lines a bit, and their chemistries look good so far.
Bulldogs haven't been able to find a power play goal tonight. It's their 4th attempt on the 5-on-4. Racing up with it was Hicks. Sent a bouncer on net. Not enough time to drop it and play it free was Bowler. We'll stop for a whistle in a defensive zone draw.
Oh, creative play there. Michelle Biker trying to catch Bowler by surprise. Remember, I saw a clip of Gretzky scoring a goal like that off a face-off one time, and it's difficult to do, but very impressive to have the eye-hand coordination to hit the puck as it plops down to the ice, and then also to get it on goal with that sort of power.
Got to get the timing right. As here's Petrowski. Motors on, circles to the right side. Hits Wolsager. She takes a shot, stopped by the glove.
That's a big save. Two bodies in front. I think it was Belland and then Thompson right and Frank's sightline, and didn't give up a rebound. Snatched it up with the glove. I don't know how you goalies do it, Alex.
Got to make sure that you got active eyes, active head, know where all the pieces of the play are on the ice. Make sure you have your sight of vision free. Casey Frank playing really strong through the first part of this game.
I think that's an understatement. 34 saves on 35 shots. I mean, she's got to be winded a bit already. This is like a shot total you see at the end of a complete game, let alone a period.
Belland pokes it free. One back and picked up by the Thunder, but it's stripped away. LaSalle all alone. Belland, what a save by Frank, sticking out the paddle.
That was off the knob, I think. Butt end of Frank's stick.
Down low, under the goal line. Belland will receive it. Moving back towards the right side. Roy with the slap shot, tipped shot. Anderson picks up. Back to Belland. Same scene, deja vu. Here's Roy. Now to Anderson. Fires on. Loose scramble in front. Puck squirts to the right side. Von Ruden. Another shot. A second rebound. Caderet couldn't make it go.
Shots coming in from every possible angle, and Frank's tracking it really well.
Von Ruden. Anderson all alone in front. But making a nice defensive stick was Taryn Racenin. Trubin faked the shot. Travels down low. Dead angle. Getting a tip on it was Caderet.
Yeah, Racenin probably just saved a goal there as Caderet was looking to get a tip on it. And that's just textbook defense. Stick on stick. Tie up your opponent so they can't get a clean redirect on the puck.
Trubin getting the signal to head down low to pick up. Spinning off, makes a backhand. Wrapped up top once more. Kept in by Hicks. Put down low, picked up by the Bulldogs. Up with it is Von Ruden. Dumps in to get the change. New line of forwards out for the Bulldogs. Dophi stripped away. Trubin tried to keep it in, but she couldn't. Riley will head back towards her own blue line. Fending off a defender was Mleko.
I like the patience from Riley there. Wasn't forcing the play up ice. Waited for Mleko to kind of track her, change direction. And then when space presented itself, that's when you look to move it forward up the sheet.
Best part about that, too, is you could tell she knew she had to make a quick decision, but she definitely didn't panic. Utilized the time as best as she could, and then obviously made the correct play with her final decision.
Yeah, the calmness is huge because when you panic, that's usually going to lead to a turnover.
Dophi turned it over. Up is Martino. Walks in. Good defensive pressure.
Annika Hansen, like you talked about just now, Alex, did a good job of guiding Martino wide, establishing the middle of the ice and not giving it up.
Crockett tried to hit Dophi, but it was too far out of her reach. Back from their own zone, the Thunder tried to restart. Didn't go as they planned. A turnover, and the Thunder just barely offsides. Martino stepped up to take the puck away. Skating over the blue was Canty.
That's a tough break, but what I can tell you is you don't want to be trying to make dekes one-on-one with someone when you're the last line of defense. And I think Trine called timeout, but just to summarize, don't want to be making those types of moves when you're the last person back. Have to make the safe play in those sort of situations.
We'll take a quick break for the Trine Thunder, and we'll return in a few moments.
We continue to take pride and learn from Asa Mahan's leadership today.
And the slam!
161 years of commitment to harnessing the power of creativity, ingenuity, community, and academic excellence.
I believe that as you get your degree here, the world is going to feel like it's shrinking.
Just like that, after the quick timeout, 13-17 here at Arrington Ice Arena. We're back live on ACTV. Alex Herman joined alongside by Calvin Keys. Neutral zone face-off won back by the Bulldogs, and we continue play.
That was a really interesting time in the game to call a timeout. Very interested in what was said there by the Trine coaching staff, but maybe just wanting to restructure a few minute details.
This is moved over. A shot taken. Getting in front of it was Hansen. You have to imagine for the Trine coaching staff, obviously only seeing the net 4 times so far in the contest, 39 shots being sent the other way against you. Try and calm the players down, regain some of your breath as best as you can, and look to find a new strategy. Lowry motors on. Gives a small shove to Thompson. Follows her around and forces the turnover. Carteret down low for Lowry. Looking for a passing option. Finds it in Houdinish. Up top of the blue. Almost taken away. Heading up with it is Hans. She walks through. Almost made a nifty dangle around Anderson. It was kicked off of the skate. Raising it. Down low in front. Almost went in, off the back of the bar and stayed out.
Michelle Biker, really quality chance there for the Thunder. Probably the best they've had tonight.
Anderson hits Lowry. Tied up on the boards. With it is Bellin. She's got speed, has Von Ruden in front. Cycles around, all alone, with a shot, a nice save, kept out, rebound, squirts loose, and it crosses the line. Arm up, and there's going to be another penalty being called. I believe the Bulldogs are going to go back to the power play for a holding call, but somehow that puck stayed out. We'll catch it here on the replay. Sitting all alone, I think that was Una Bellin fired that shot, and then on the second attempt, just barely graced the goal line.
It was actually Belland on the right side face-off dot. She had a really creative pass, spinning around, found Von Ruden, who I thought surely was going to bury, has one of the best shots in NCAA D3 women's hockey, and good extra effort, dove forward, and I think it was Connor landed up on top of her. Puck went all the way across the blue paint, curiously enough.
Bulldogs back on 5-on-4. Puck in front, in the hash mark, swiping at it. Puts it over, all alone. Here's a shot, Carteret couldn't make it go. A second chance under the goal line. They tried to sneak it through. Trubin, a one-timer, bounced off of a shin. Moved towards the corner. Houdinish, now to Carteret, looks towards the goal. Had it turned over, but they picked up. Houdinish to Anderson. Anderson to Trubin. She wires on, scores! From the blue line. Catherine Trubin, a power play goal. Be curious to see if there was a tip on the play.
Yeah, Houdinish played it down low on the cycle. It went back up top for Trubin, who had plenty of space to walk in and fire. And yeah, interesting to see. Obviously tough to tell from the angle whether it did deflect or not. But from the reaction from teammates, usually if you get a tip on the puck, you kind of, I don't know, have a sort of expression and celebration, but Von Ruden was instantly going over to her teammate Trubin, so makes me think that it was Catherine Trubin that will get credited with the goal.
She is getting the stick taps from her teammates, finding her first goal of the season, has 5 assists to add to that. So now sitting at 6 points on the season so far. Here's another chance, moving over. Houdinish looked for one coming diagonally up. Riley races back, stops and opens. Setting up shop. Puts it up to Sorrell. Lost off of her stick. Raising in. Try to wire it up to the blue line. Picking it up was Mellencamp. Able to get the dump in, but called for a line change with the Thunder.
Oh, Sorrell caught an edge, hit her head on the ice. Bit of whiplash there.
Hope she's
that can't
okay.
feel too good.
Skates it off though, showing the toughness of these hockey players.
May have been a rut in the ice or something. You never know.
One of those awkward plays.
I will tell you, when you fall on the ice, you don't want to fall backwards. That hurts your tailbone, so hopefully she's all right.
Not a whole lot of padding in that area of the player pants too.
Yeah, that's the main reason you want to fall on your shin pads, not on your behind.
2-on-2 in the slot. Anderson fires on. A rebound. That goes loose. Fighting for it once more, kept out.
I'm impressed by the hustle of this Bulldog team. When there's a loose puck, they're getting to it 90% of the time.
Moved over, a tip in front, loose, no whistle yet. Finally, almost covered up, went down low. Petrowski was fought off there. All alone in front was Anderson. Put it wide to the blocker. Turned over in the slot. Bulldogs all over the puck in front of the net.
Just feels like open season in front of the blue paint right now for Adrian. Swarming.
Doing a great job of breaking loose under the defense. Seemingly unsuspecting every single time. Pulling up and firing it. It's kicked out by Frank. Down low. Here's another shot. A follow-up, they score! Tia LaSalle picked it up off the blocker pad, and the Bulldogs take a 3-0 lead.
Again, just sustained possession. Puck goes down low, centered out, and props to LaSalle. Second chance opportunities. That's a tried and true way to score, and that's her second collegiate goal. Freshman taking advantage of top line minutes with two of the most talented players in the lineup, Reagan Petrowski, as well as Carmen Anderson.
Bulldogs starting to find the success that they were waiting for. 47 shots on net, finally converting for the third time. Casey Frank still playing extremely well for the Thunder squad. Raising it, pulls up and fires. Another chance was blocked. Turned over and picked up. Anderson. Bellin, chip off the boards. Anderson trying to get there first, pokes it free to Bellin.
Bulldog defense really unafraid to get up on the rush. Anderson was the first one down low on the forecheck.
This is over. Looking all alone, stretching out. What a stop by Frank. Keeps it off the goal line. Tied up in front of the Bulldog bench. Turned away by Wolfslager. Now to Bellin. Poked free. Roy.
Trine desperately needs a change, but it's really tough when it's just going right out to the neutral zone and back in, especially since in the second period they have the long change with their bench all the way down on the far side of the ice.
Roy has it. Thunder on the possession. Trying to make something happen. Haven't really been able to set up in the way that they were hoping to. Lowride tried to feed a backhander. Anderson walks it in. Down low, swiping for it. It's kept in off the stick of Houdinish. Tor looking for a pass. Couldn't get the sight on it. As we're going to stop with 6:20 left to go in the second period for an offsides.
Trine's coaching staff is made up of their head coach Tom Hoffman in his 6th season and associate head coach Melissa Kraus in her 2nd season. Coach Hoffman actually has some ties to the ACHA. His previous job before founding the program at Trine University was with Davenport's ACHA women's team. and also was an assistant coach for the Davenport men's team and the Grand Valley State women's team before that.
Always interesting to see where the pipeline comes from in all hockey jobs. We tie the ACHA here to the NCAA. Obviously, some of the ACHA teams with some very talented rosters. Hans walks in and makes a nice move. Her backhander was wide, though.
Speaking of Davenport, I believe Adrian's ACHA men's D1 team, you had the call for that one. 9-1 win for the Bulldogs in that game.
That would be correct, and they play tomorrow night at Davenport. Going to be interesting to see how they get there. A lot of snow from what I've been hearing up on their campus, so hopefully they get there safe. We wish them the best in their trip. It's a far shot. First test for Bowler, kicks it aside.
Probably a lot of penalty minutes in that second game against Davenport, too, judging from how the first game went.
Yeah, there was some physicality for sure. Both teams have a history with one another. As Petrowski moves it over, walks in, makes a nice move in a second, but was tied up. It was taken away. Hansen looking for a pass and gets it. Down low, hits LaSalle. Anderson on the pickup. Moved over into neutral ice and it was taken away. Finally, the Thunder escaped the defensive zone. Sort of a half dump in, but kept up on the blue line. Petrowski picks it up, has some speed, on the breakaway, moves in. What a save by Frank!
That was dangerous in the aftermath, too, because Carmen Anderson was crashing the goal. She got shoved from behind, had to hop over Casey Frank. That was a good chance for Petrowski. This was a bit of an instance of a sloppy line change because you see the Trine players heading off to the bench. It was wide open. Petrowski just took it forwards, really tried to get the goaltender moving, but Frank really read it all the way, and as Petrowski went forehand to backhand, she tracked it pretty well.
Moving on with 4:14. Time winding down in the second frame. Taken out on the possession. Down low was Hicks. Now in the slot, it's turned over. Bellin trying to make some stick handles. Leaves it over on the right side.
A lot of the reason why the Bulldogs have had most of the possession so far in this game is because when they have lost the puck, they've worked really hard to win it back.
There's a long shot off the pad, held up by Frank.
Feels like just as soon as they lose the puck, they win it back again seconds later. Just good persistence, good effort. And that's what Sean Skelly, the head coach of the Bulldogs, preaches. He really finds an emphasis on effort. Obviously, this is a very skilled team. They focus on that a lot in practice, but conditioning and hard work is a recipe for success for any hockey team, really.
Draw is tied up on the right circle. Taken away by Raisinit. Von Ruden shoveled the backhand. Wolfschlager picks up, looks towards the net, fires it over, stretching across. And a great stop from Frank once again. Look at the flexibility on that save.
Yeah, she's shown that flexibility off numerous times tonight. I was impressed with the feed from Wolfschlager because it looked like the way she was tied up, she almost slid it across with one hand to her teammate Belland on the back door. For Una Belland, she would have scored if she would have just been able to get a little bit of elevation on her shot, but it's difficult in tight like that and trying to get it off first time.
Look how well the Bulldogs maintaining their established offensive zone pressure, cycling so well to add as Anderson sent a D-to-D pass. Hudinich picks up, made some quick moves and fired a shot on. Taken down there, but she'll regain her feet. Signal for a hand pass will be blown dead.
Can only do that in the defensive zone without getting a whistle, so that's why I believe we're going to see a neutral zone draw now.
Not as many shots as we saw in the first period. 51 is the total. We saw 33 after one for the Bulldogs, doing a more controlled job of just cycling around, which might be the message for the remainder of the game.
I think right now they're looking more for quality than quantity. because it's easy to put the puck on net when you have as much O-zone possession time as they do. It's a lot harder to put the puck in the net, which takes moving the goaltender around and keeping them off balance, spreading the wealth.
Handcuffed in the corner. Magnets at stick. To Hudenish. A quiet pickup for the Thunder. Turned over on the blue line once more. Kept in and walking with it was Roy. Off the back of her jersey. Finally, Trine coming away with it. Sent that far up. Biker tried to pick it up. Too far out of her reach, though.
That was a good pass from Biker. Didn't see the defenseman that sent it up, but right up the seam. Would have been a breakaway if she would have been able to collect.
Here's Hudenish. Didn't have anybody to pass to, so she was forced towards the outside. She sent hard down to the ice, no call.
I think a shove up in the face area from Leah Connor. But I do like the way that Connor is pressing the Bulldogs to the board. She's engaging physically, and that's what you have to do. Press them to the outside, make them work hard for possession.
This is in front, hit off the skate of Frank. He's tipped on, and here's another tip shot. All alone, stretching out. Keeping it out is Frank. Again, finds it in the glove. A highlight reel stop. Casey Frank flashing the leather.
The Thunder defense is making it somewhat challenging for Adrian to get those shots off in the middle of the ice. Although they've been pinned in their own end, they have kept them to the outside for the most part, and a lot of the shots haven't been clean where they have got stick-on puck and made a little bit of hindrance in the shot process for Adrian.
This is found by Trubin on the left hash mark. A slap shot on net but misses. Trubin now again keeping it in but lost it. Up ice is Hicks. Hit off of the netting, so we'll have to pause just for a quick moment.
I'll be interested to see, try to check at the break here, second intermission, but Adrian's men's hockey team is also taking on Trine tonight, but they're down in Angola, Indiana at the Thunder Ice Arena. Should be a good game. They played in the exhibition. Thunder play a pretty physical brand of hockey, so definitely a test for Adrian. They struggled against the physicality of Marion last weekend, so hopefully moving forward, and tonight they were able to deal with a bit of that physicality a little bit better.
A rivalry on the men's side and the women's side. Checking in finally, we get the scoring update. 9:22 left to go in the second period. Things are tied up at 2 apiece.
Wow, that'd be a big result for Trine if they can keep things close against Adrian.
Obviously, Adrian, the number 1 ranked team to start off the season. We'll see how the polls will change.
I think they're ranked number 2 in the standings now. They dropped after that loss to Marion last weekend.
A last-second shot by Trubin. Tipped up into the glass off the stick of Leah Connor as the horn will sound, ending the second period. Bulldogs finding the back of the net twice as they lead 3-0. Alex Herman and Calvin Keys here from Arrington Ice Arena on ACTV. We'll return with more NCAA hockey after the intermission.
As you anxiously await all of the amazing experiences that will define your college years. You stand today, students, on the threshold of one of the most magical times in your life.
Adrian College is looking for leaders, student athletes with the tenacity to keep the Bulldogs at the top, the forefront, in and out of the classroom. The Bulldogs are looking for talent, character, hard work, grit, leaders who can electrify sold-out crowds, gut out a last-line shift, will their team to victory, hit a grand slam in the bottom of the ninth, and be a part of a legend in the making. Think you have what it takes to become a Bulldog? Visit adrian.edu to learn more.
Adrian College is a pinpoint like no other. With our 77 undergraduate degrees, 47 majors, and 21 broad fields of study, Adrian has a one-of-a-kind, hands-on learning experience for everyone. Do you want to visit the campus of Adrian College in person? Visit adrian.edu/campus-visit. Again, that's adrian.edu/campus-visit. Come take in the beautiful facilities at Adrian College for yourself.
Tuesday, April 6, 2021, I was sitting in my office and an email popped into my inbox from someone in your graduating class today. The email said, "Dear President Docking, back in August, I had emailed you in regards to the state of the well-being of the campus community during the COVID spike. At that time, I was incredibly anxious about the prospect of spending my senior year of college sitting at my kitchen table in my hometown trying to finish my seminar projects in the event we switched to all online learning. As I type this email now in April, I cannot describe to you the gratitude that my fellow students and I have for Adrian remaining open on campus for the duration of the school year. I wanted to take the time to thank the Adrian College community, the faculty, the staff, for allowing us to have as normal of a year as possible in a world that simply did not want that to happen. I look forward to walking across the stage in May knowing that I was still able to enjoy time with my friends and the Bulldog community during my senior year. All the best, Max Birmingham, class of 2021. Max, you've got to stand up so we can give you a round of applause. For those of us on this stage, today is one of the most exciting days of the year. We love to see the wonder and anticipation in the eyes of our new students, as all of you anxiously await all of the amazing experiences that will define the years ahead.
welcome back for the break as we return here at Arrington Ice Arena live on ACTV. Alex Herman and Calvin Keys coming back to bring you the rest of the third period of regulation. Saw 2 goals in the second period, both for the Bulldogs. Tell us a little bit about that, Calvin.
Well, so far in this game, we've seen goals from Maya Roy, assisted by Jocelyn Hudanish and Jessica Anderson. Then Catherine Trubin scored 9:19 into that second period, assisted by Carmen Anderson and Jocelyn Hudanish. And then also at 11:47 of the second, Tia Lascelles scored, assisted by Reagan Petrowski and Carmen Anderson.
20 minutes back on the score clock. Teams set at center ice, 5-on-5 even strength. And off to the races we go. Riley sent a pass up, getting there first. On the touch-up is Hicks, pushed by LaSalle. Tied up but poked free. Riley to Trubin. Petrowski on the backhand. Had it taken away from her. Coming in to help, Jessica Von Ruden. Shot sent on, but it was wide. Right side corner. Fighting for possession. Bulldogs have it. A nice move. Off the stick of Anderson. Back up top. Trubin winds it up. Fires too far over the net. With it was Thompson. Sent it all the way up. Riley has it. Center ice. Red line. Petrowski fired one on. Sticked aside by Frank. Went off the backboard, and then she covered up.
Shots are 54-5 in Adrian's favor right now. I think a big part of that, their good performance, both on the power play and at even strength. New assistant coach this year, Trevor Kuykendall, excuse me. And he graduated from Adrian last spring, was part of that national championship team on the men's side. Had 28 goals and 26 assists in 91 career games played as a Bulldog.
I'd be interested to look up the statistic to see if the Bulldogs have the fewest shots against in all of NCAA Division III, because this is not the first time that we've seen a low shot total. They play so well in the offensive zone that a lot of the time when it reaches the defensive zone, they quickly are able to get it out and limit the amount of shooting attempts that are be taken by their opponents.
Yeah, the game really has been played mainly in the Thunder zone. Ice has been extremely slanted.
On their own blue line, here's Wharftop. Turned it over with some space is Wolfschlager. Tried to make a move, but taken away. Una Belland dances down low, spins off, gives it to Roy. Calling for the pass is Anderson. One touches it down low. A nice saucer pass off the mark. Back towards Bowler. Easily stops it with the stick and covers up with the glove. I don't believe they're going to count that as a shot, as it came from the other end of the ice and bounced off of the boards. So we'll have to wait for the sixth shot attempt for the Thunder, sent on goaltender Gwen Bowler.
Really great crew we have here tonight on Adrian College TV. Obviously myself and Alex Herman, you've been hearing our voices throughout the broadcast, but Andrew Black doing a great job directing, Kyle Plesha doing a great job running the camera, so appreciate them as well. All of us Adrian College students bringing you the women's hockey action here tonight. Glad you've joined us.
Up, breaking all alone. Taken down, arm up on the play. Una Belland was locked up. And a hooking call will be assessed going against Paige Mellicant. She'll go to the box. Bulldogs back to the power play for the next 2 minutes.
Yeah, really an easy call for the refs on that hooking penalty because it was just getting over top of the hands of Bellin, making it impossible for her to put an attempt on goal. something you see a lot when a defender is kind of beaten behind. Instead of giving up a goal, it's probably better to go to the box, depending on how you want that trade-off to go. But Hook and the Bulldogs get another shot on the power play, which I was talking about assistant coach Coy Kendall earlier on. He's done a lot of work with their special teams, and talking to a couple of the players like Emma Corbett and Petrowski, he's helped them out a lot, improve their power play structure.
Shot was taken, sailed high over the crossbar. Anderson up top. Trubin finds Carteret. On top of the left circle. Gives it to Trubin. A tip on goal. Just barely misses the far side post. Looking for the wraparound. Anderson feeds Carteret. Back to Trubin. One touch on the shot. It was bouncing and sailed a little too high. Trubin able to keep it in at the last second. Over to Carteret. Trubin will get off to get a new defender on the blue line. Here's a shot, tipped off of the glove, kept out. Von Ruden. Now to Roy, turned over. Here come the Thunder. With it up ice, sent a shot on. Didn't reach any of the equipment of Bowler, didn't have to do much there. Roy in the corner. Breaks free on her own, trying to find a passing opportunity. Gets it in Belland. Up top to Roy again. Fed over for Belland on top of the circle. Skates back and meets with Roy again. Here's a tip shot. Hit off of a body in front.
Now they're signaling the faceoff is going to come out to the neutral zone. I'm very interested. I don't know if it would have been a high stick or what transpired there. Faceoff goes in the neutral zone. You know, I've been impressed by the play of two of the Bulldog defensemen tonight. Maya Roy and Catherine Trubin are both out there on the power play. I think they both are almost, I don't want to compare them to Cale McCarr because he's probably the best defenseman in the world right now, in my opinion, but you see some similarities in the play style where they're almost kind of like a rover, like always jumping up as sort of a fourth forward, getting up into the play, and it makes it difficult to contain. And they're also quick enough and responsible enough, and usually the D that they're paired with cover for them so that they're not left defensively susceptible as they move up ice.
Obviously, we saw a goal from each of them, both noted defensemen, Maya Roy and Catherine Trubin, both have scored tonight. As this shot was taken.
Two very different goals. Trubin scored from the point. I thought for sure it was tipped, but she gets credited with it. And then Roy got up on the rush and scored a rebound goal.
Here's a shot in front, lost in the paint. Able to be found and covered up.
And the other goal we saw in this game so far, which it's crazy, we've only seen 3 goals on 58 shots. Props to Casey Frank and the Trine defense. Although they've been stuck in their own end, they've made a lot of saves. But the other goal we saw, as I was saying, is Tia LaSalle found a rebound in front. That was a nice goal, too. Didn't look like she had a lot of real estate, but just managed to tuck it by the pad of Frank. I believe that was in the second period.
Trying to get a pass from Dofide. It was tipped up. Taken down on the play was Warhoftig. No call. Trine bench a little frustrated with that.
I think they have a right to be, too, because it definitely looked like a hook from Annika Hansen. Got right up into the hands of, as you said, Ellie Warhoftig, and it broke up a promising chance for the Thunder.
Here's their chance. Shot wide. It was in the slot. Came off of the stick from Canty. Hubenschmidt lost it out of her reach, but turned over, coming the other way. Here's Dofide. A give and go. Picks up once more. Skates towards the top, trying to hit Hudenish. Hudenish getting there first on the right corner. Trying to stop it behind the goal crease was Frank. Was lost out of her grasp. Riley gets it back once more. Finds Carteret. That shot was blocked off the stick.
We were talking about the play of Trubin and Roy. Jocelyn Hudanish has been really good too. 2 assists so far in this game. done a great job finding her teammates who are open.
Once more, Hudanish with a shot. Squeezed by the glove of Frank. 13:02 left to go in the third regulation period. Bulldogs still leading by a triplet of goals. Lowry hits Riley off the face-off. Back to Lowry. A nice play in front. Scramble as finally it's covered up. Might have squirted free again. Seen this scene now for a third time. Casey Frank will go to cover, gets on top of it, and then as the whistle being blown, somehow finds its way into the no man's zone.
Yeah, Frank really just stretching out, using every ounce of that flexibility. It's kind of a skill that you have to have as a goaltender, is that flexibility, and just covers up as much of the net as she can.
Lowry with a shot. On the rebound, they score.
3-point night for Hudanish, Alex. Gets a goal to go with those 2 assists.
The shot was initially taken by Riley.
Yeah, as you said, Jaden Riley was walking the blue line and played it across. Really liked the setup for Lowry, and then just came out for Hudanish. She was so excited to put that puck in the back of the net. You love to see the passion, the enthusiasm. But really just the quick puck movement as it went to the far side of the ice, crossed through the seam to Lowry, sent a quick shot. That's what you have to do. Move around the rink, keeps the goaltender moving, and then again, most of Adrian's goals have come off of those second chance opportunities.
Here's another quick 2-on-1, sent on, but it was sticked away. Third goal of the season for Jocelyn Hudanish.
Credit to Casey Frank, though. She's made the first save almost every time tonight, except for that Trubin shot, which was through traffic. But 3 out of the 4 Bulldog goals have come off of rebounds.
Not a goaltender that the Bulldogs have been able to beat clean, but they're absolutely hunting around the goal front. Picked up a couple of rebounds and almost put a couple of others home. Here's Bellin. A nice drop pass. Tried to hit Von Ruden. She walks in. Tried to go through the stick of Mellencamp. Turned over once more. Bounced over the stick of Bellin. Traveled the length of the ice and will stop for an icing call.
Adrian was looking to get a change there right before that icing was called. So a few tired legs on the ice for Trine. Good chance to get on the board as Bulldogs are a bit winded.
Thompson up on the left point. Tried to put a pass over, but it was tipped off his stick. Petrowski able to get it out. In the feet of Martino. Petrowski on the recovery. Martino once again sending it the other way. Picked up by Anderson. Neutral ice. Bounces over. Skating with it is Crockett. Dropped over. Lost in a couple of bodies. Petrowski tried to wire one home. Tied up on the right boards. Traveling back the other way to get it. Sent up for LaSalle. Came off the stick of Hansen. Nice tie up on the right side boards. Down with it is Raisinin. Puts it under the goal line. Bulldogs doing a great job of holding their defensive zone. Kicking out is Crockett. LaSalle with a backhander of her own. Hans had it on the stick but then lost it. There to get it is Raisinin once more. She's being stalked by Dofide. Almost forcing the turnover there. Canty went to go to touch up. Trip behind the play, no arm up. Continuing on as we reach the halfway point.
Yeah, I didn't see a penalty there. That was just Raisinin and Carmen Anderson kind of coming together. Just, it's a hockey play. It's a bit of a cliche, but it's just something that happens in the midst of a game of hockey. Nothing wrong with it.
Here's a chance for Dofi. Took a shot off the netting. Will halt just for a moment.
Good stick in the lane by Gabrielle Hicks. Not letting a clean shot through. Sometimes those deflections off your twig can make it more difficult for your goaltender, but most of the time, that's really helpful when you can take some speed off the shot and sometimes even deflect it away from goal, as we saw there.
Riley pushed over. Here's a shot off the back glass. Once more is Dofi. Got locked up on the right boards. Anderson steps in to take it away. Hits Trubin. Walking in, Anderson stopped on a dime. Overskated the puck there. Thompson turned it over. Back on their own blue line, receiving it as Biker. Once more, here's Lowry. Couple of moves of her own. Shoved off. Lost it on the approach. Got it back and finds herself down low. Pushing it on the side of the net. Covering up is going to be Casey Frank.
Now, these two teams, I believe, are going to play tomorrow, except in Angola, Indiana. It's really interesting. Men's and women's Adrian and Trine hockey teams are both taking each other on tonight. The men play in Angola, and the women play here in Adrian, and then they'll flip-flop for tomorrow.
A quick shot, they score, coming off the blue line.
Now, Trubin took that shot from the point, Alex. She's going to get credited with the goal. That went off the stick of one of the Trine players who deflected it in, I do believe. Take another look, because the puck comes back. That's actually I believe, oh no, that is the shot from Trubin. Looked very similar to a goal we saw earlier on. Trubin walks in, not able to see who got the tip on it. Tough with the mesh on the camera angle. But regardless, Catherine Trubin, 2-goal night as a defenseman. Again, just Trubin having a really good performance. I believe that is obviously 2 goals for her. I believe she has an assist too. Let me check that.
Interesting to see if she gets a bid at all for any of the 3 stars of the game after the conclusion of regulation.
It's Hudanish Trubin right now, I feel like. Those are the 2 that have really stood out. Roy's played well too, as we pointed out. But 3 points for Hudanish, and now just the 2 goals for Trubin. Impressive. But part of that is because I don't think Trine's done an effective enough job of pressuring the point. You saw how much space Trubin had to just skate in and let fly. Really have to get up in the player's face, take away the shooting lane.
Trine on the face-off win. Pushing it off the glass, it bounced down. Off the boards, Carteret went over the top. Roy will get it. Fires one on. A tip in front. Lost in the feet. Raisinen had to look down. Carteret once more shoved into the glass. Hudanish with some body contact of her own. Here's Carteret with a shot. Coughed up. Following up with a slap shot.
Oh.
Getting hit in the head in front there.
That was Lori, I think, took it off the dome.
Helmet almost popped up. Had to use the hockey glove to keep it on.
I think Lori took a bit of a cross check, was falling over, and then in the process got hit in the dome with the shot.
Roy, a shot on top of the crease.
Where was it? Von Ruden had it in her skates. No one knew where it was. Trying to find the puck and dig it free.
Hudanish trying to fire. Anderson pulls up. Kicked out by Frank.
Look how much space they have at the point right now, Alex. They have all kinds of real estate.
Roy, a give and go. Puts it in between the hash marks. Picking up is Von Ruden. Circles away. Fanned on the attempt. But she'll come back to try and regain it. She does. A turnover. A breakaway. Von Ruden looks towards the net. Over the crossbar.
That was a heavy snapshot. Pulling it into the body, and not so much a quick release as it was just a lot of power behind it.
Roy sent another one on net. Defenseman doing a great job for Adrian, sending pucks from up top. A lot of the inside zones between the hash marks clogged up by Trine players. So they've done a great job of adapting to the strategy.
Since they are clogging up the slot, though, you have 5 players in the slot for Trine. That leaves everywhere virtually above the circle is wide open, so keep feeding it to the defenseman if you're Adrian right now.
Belland off the crossbar and into the netting. Looking for the short side snipe.
Didn't look like she had a big angle on the near side, but really looked like she was about to pick it out. Hit the joint, I believe, went up in the air. Remarkable. I don't think Una Belland's on the score sheet yet. Not often can you say that, especially with 5 goals. She's been at the center of pretty much everything the Bulldogs have done over the past couple of weeks. But it's also good to see everyone pitching in, everyone getting on the score sheet, building confidence.
Once more, straight off the draw. Second shot by Crockett. First one swallowed up by the glove and snapping it with the chest. Frank with 2 shots off the faceoff. Once more, Crockett looking for a third. This time it doesn't happen.
Casey Frank with the workload she's had today, I imagine we're going to see Marie Deddert tomorrow. They've been splitting time virtually, but especially this weekend with the amount of shots Frank has faced, I think we're going to see the other Thunder goaltender tomorrow afternoon. Frank has played very well, may I add. Made a lot of saves that she had no business making.
Absolutely. Flying across the crease on a handful of occasions. She's seen 66 shots so far, and a lot of them prime scoring opportunities, either off of rebounds or plays that don't exactly go the way of the Thunder defense. Getting there is Sorrell. Avalone back in her own zone. D-to-D pass. Has Sorrell in neutral ice. Hit off of a stick. On the pickup is Raisin in. Offsides is the call. We'll stop with 5:11 left to go in regulation. Game flying by as the Bulldogs are holding on to their 5-0 lead. Draw one back, taken away by Connor. Here's a turnover. Dophi on the right wing, has a cell, finds her, tried to take the shot, but a good defensive stick by Raisinin. Here's another shot, in the glove, snapping it. Casey Frank once more.
Yeah, Taryn Raisinin, again, just hustling to backtrack, got caught a bit out of position on defense, but then just skating hard and really saved a quality opportunity. Moving it cross crease, LaSalle probably had a good chance at scoring there, if not for Raisinin getting her stick in the way.
Frank didn't know where the puck was. Finally regained sight on it. A give and go as the Thunder tried to move up with some haste. As it's put under the goal line.
I think if you're Trine head coach Tom Hoffman, you're learning a lot about your team in these type of games. And you see players like Raisinin, or even I've been impressed by Gabrielle Hicks, who are just continuing to go to battle, continuing to make those little plays despite being down by 5 goals. And I think that speaks to their character, and those are the players you want to have more ice time to moving forward.
There's a backhander by LaSalle, right pad save by Frank. Traveled up top. Riley catches it, fires on.
This is a lot better from the Thunder, though. You see how they're pressuring the D more.
Here's a tip puck, sticked away. Another chance, in the crease, it's cleared. That one seemed like it was heading towards the back of the net. Trubin down on one knee, what an effort! And kicking out the pad to keep it away. Frank on the stop. And arguing with the official, Catherine Trubin, not happy that time and time again, pucks get covered up, then they're loose, but whistle being blown.
I don't think you can really be upset when the goaltender covers and you poke it free. Obviously, you want the play to continue, but once they cover it, it's the referee's job to blow it quickly as soon as the puck disappears. Catherine Trubin's on hat trick watch, too, may I add. If we get a defenseman hat trick, that's quite the occasion. You don't see that too often.
A rarity in hockey as Roy took a slap shot, it was blocked. Then another chance. Under the red line, now to Carteret. Fires one on off the glass. Bounced up top to Anderson. Tipped it up and then sent back down.
It was certainly close. Looked like Hudanish reached up, knocked it out of the air. I'm always so impressed when I watch both college hockey and, NHL games on TV, how good their eye-hand coordination is. I mean, they work on it so much in practice, it's pretty evident, but the fact that, especially a lot of these shots that they're tipping on goal that are moving at upwards of, 80, 90 miles per hour, and you can pluck it out of the air with your stick, that's really, really impressive and hard to do.
What a move by Roy. She broke in. Acting as a forward now. Cycles, fires. Missed the target. Taken down. Poking away. Cataract will pull up. Sent it to the blue. Roy receiving and giving away. Anderson, a one-timer off the mark. There's a follow-up chance and a great pad save by Frank once more. Lowry, a nice move. Moves in. Tried to fire it towards the far side.
Beautiful toe drag from Lowry.
Bulldogs still doing a great job of working the outside. Every time they're in the zone, producing quality cycles.
Oh my goodness.
And a hard hit and a penalty on the play.
Hope Maya Roy's all right. Trine finally able to get a whistle, but probably not how they would have liked. Madison Torr going to the box.
We'll see the hit here on the right side of your screen.
Was it? Yeah, it was a shoulder, wasn't it? I don't think Roy was expecting it. Caught her by surprise, and then she fell over hard into the half wall.
Seemed like it was going to be a little bit more of an innocent play than it ultimately turned out to be.
I'd be a bit frustrated if I was Torr, because it's not really egregious, but just the fact that the player fell down. Tough for the ref not to call when that happens.
Roy has it. Takes a slap shot off the outside of the netting. Von Ruden there first. Sets up shot. Opens and gives it to Roy. Puts it on. Nobody there to touch the rebound.
Una Belland, you can tell that she wants a goal really badly here in the late stages. A couple of players on this Bulldog team. I mean, Una Belland and Carmen Anderson both lead the team in scoring. I believe Carmen has an assist, but both of them, whenever they step on the ice, it's just so notable how hard they drive to the net and just their goal scorers. They love to score goals. It's what they do.
Von Ruden to Roy. Down low, dead angle shot. Might have got a piece of it, was Frank. Roy to Von Ruden. A slapper, stopped by the blocker. Bouncing puck, and it stays out.
My goodness. What a save.
Flew up into the air. Nobody had any clue of where it had went. Somehow, Casey Frank keeps another goal out.
Casey Frank, 67 saves on 72 shots. That is a ridiculous number.
Not a bad night at all, even though you're down by 5. Have to be happy with your individual performance, and my guess is that her teammates will likely give her some pats on the back after the next 40 seconds.
I'd like to see her save percentage after this, because despite letting in 5 goals, I think that would still give you a pretty solid save percentage, making 67 saves on 72.
There's another chance. On the goal line, somehow kept out.
20 seconds left in the game now. So a .931 save percentage is what it would be. Alex Herman using his math skills, getting the calculator out.
The one time that math actually matters to me. Save percentage in GAA.
Yeah, there's a reason we're both doing broadcasting, isn't there? 931 though, that's pretty
still
incredible.
Strong. That's still very strong. Waning moments of the game. Sorrell finds it in front. Loose on the doorstep. Can they put it home? Another stop by Frank. It's kept out. Puck is free, and that's going to do it. A 5-0 win and a shutout for Gwen Bowler as the Bulldogs skate away with another 2 points.
Only had to make 6 saves, Alex, but hey, it's a shutout.
Goes on the stats. It will count for her. Good start to her season, her first appearance in the 22-23 season. Another notable mention, obviously we were just talking about her, freshman goaltender Casey Frank for the Trine University Thunder, playing an extremely strong game for her team, making 68 out of 73 shots sent her way.
Overall, very impressed by Adrian's effort. And the big thing was, obviously had a ton of shots. They were able to bury, right? Against Marion, we saw they had some struggles. Running into a hot goaltender, I think the resiliency was huge. And just like I talked about a lot during the broadcast, shooting low and looking for those rebound chances and getting screens in front, just trying to make the goaltender's job as hard as possible. Even though Casey Frank was making the first save, they were able to get by her with the second shot.
And with that, we thank you for tuning in to ACTV, coming to you live from Arrington Ice Arena. Alex Herman and Calvin Keys signing off.
On Tuesday, April 6, 2021, I was sitting in my office and an email popped into my inbox from someone in your graduating class today. The email said, "Dear President Docking, back in August, I had emailed you in regards to the state of the well-being of the campus community during the COVID spike. At that time, I was incredibly anxious about the prospect of spending my senior year of college sitting at my kitchen table in my hometown trying to finish my seminar projects in the event we switched to all online learning. As I type this email now in April, I cannot describe to you the gratitude that my fellow students and I have for Adrian remaining open on campus for the duration of the school year. I wanted to take the time to thank the Adrian College community, the faculty, the staff, for allowing us to have as normal of a year as possible in a world that simply did not want that to happen. I look forward to walking across the stage in May knowing that I was still able to enjoy time with my friends and the Bulldog community during my senior year. All the best, Max Birmingham, class of 2021. Max, you've got to stand up so we can give you a round of applause. For those of us on this stage, today is one of the most exciting days of the year. We love to see the wonder and anticipation in the eyes of our new students, as all of you anxiously await all of the amazing experiences that will define the years ahead.